Welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show, the second hour. And today we're going to talk a little chamber business, the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce to be exact, because with us is the president and CEO. We say good morning to Eugene Seals.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So you've been in now a little over a year?
A little over a year, yes.
How's it been?
Things have been great. We are attempting to grow in different ways, add some new programs, and things have been moving very smooth.
In this day and age, Eugene, how's the membership doing? Is it steady?
So I can tell you across the state of Michigan, membership is not steady. But for some reason, our chamber is growing. I do know that we've gone from in the 800s to being in the 900s of membership. So
Really?
we're closing in on 1,000, which is our goal, to have 1,000 members. But there are 4,500 businesses in the county, and we have less than 1,000. So we're not saturated.
The thing, I have said, I'll get your reaction to this. I look at the Great Lakes Bay region. I leave Isabella out of it for now, but just Saginaw Bay and Midland counties as the potential growth leaders in the state of Michigan. Corning coming in with 1,500 jobs.
Correct.
And like Semiconductors looking for a couple hundred more. SK Siltron and Bay City is looking for people. And other businesses are looking for people. Where we're going to house them is a whole nother story.
Yes.
But I just think this area is the potential for growth and leading the state in the growth.
I do agree with that. We're doing some things, I wouldn't call them out of the box, but we're having an out of the box experience with growth right now where the rest of the state is either stagnant or losing population and jobs. And so,
which is the way we were.
which is the way we were back when the plants, 2008 time period, and shortly after, we were in a process of decline at that time. And so right now our goal is growth all the way around. And so we're looking at that in business. We're also looking at that in job growth and business growth. And the goal is to grow the population to match the job and the business growth.
So let me ask this for someone who wants to get into business, all right? Is the state an obstacle?
That's a great question. This state sometimes makes it hard for especially our bigger businesses who will want to move here, like a Corning, like a HSC, SK Siltron, places like that. They do sometimes make it difficult. We're working with our counterparts in Lansing to try to help us in the path of making it easier for those businesses to come here. But as far as starting a business, we're okay. We're not the best. Michigan is not the best. But as far as starting a small business, the laws aren't hurting you to the point where you can't succeed. It just makes it a little bit more difficult.
There's power in numbers.
Yes.
Do you sit down with Bay and Midland and act as one on some of these issues? And, we look at a model like the CVB where Annie Rummel, before she retired, she regionalized the CVB,
Correct,
yet maintained individuality within the components. Is that a model that chambers could look at?
I don't ever seeing the chambers becoming one like the CVB did, but we work together very well. You've seen us at our regional summit. We talk very quickly on some of the things that we work on together, but I can tell you that we get together on a lot of different things, especially when it comes to speaking to Lansing, because we want to speak as one. We don't want to speak as just Saginaw or just Bay or just Midland. We want to speak as one. And it does help in some cases to add Isabella County with that when we speak, even though their goals are a little different than what the three of our goals would be, because they're just set up in a different fashion than we are.
Yeah, of course, when you do speak it's important to have somebody that actually listens.
Yes.
We went for a long time without Senate representation in
That is
this
so true.
district, and now it's going to happen in 26, way beyond when it should have.
Yes, we wrote a joint letter. The three chambers wrote a joint letter because basically we were dealing with taxation without representation.
Thank you.
And so what we wanted to do is to make sure a joint voice wrote into Lansing to say that this needs to happen. We don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. We don't care.
The problem was she did.
She did, and that was,
was the problem.
So she fought against us on that. And one of the best things for us is, especially coming from the chamber world, we are not partisan. We just want representation. Whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, we would like to have representation.
Yeah, because you'll lobby both sides.
We will.
You have to.
It doesn't matter. Whoever is business friendly, we'll work with them.
So, have chambers changed much from 20, 30 years ago?
I would say for the most part, no. There hasn't been much. I can say that there were some parts that are not small that have changed. PACs were a big thing in chambers.
Are they still not? Are they not now?
Not as much. You'll see.
You still have them.
We have about a third of the chambers that will have a PAC, and that has kind of gone away. Us at the Saginaw County Chamber, we used to have one.
I knew that.
And that one has since been disbanded.
But I have to ask this.
Yes.
Is that in name only? Because you still have to do the same things that PAC did. You still have to lobby in Lansing.
It's true.
You still interview candidates. You do all
I
of that.
still spend time in Lansing. I'm still doing a lot of the work that the PAC would have been doing, those who are participating in that. So, yes, in name alone, the work of the PAC still happens.
Because it's your responsibility to represent business.
Absolutely. All businesses in Saginaw County need to be represented in Lansing, and that's my job.
And you still do candidate interviews and endorsements?
We do local. We have in the past done some state, and once that I can remember, we did a federal. But for the most part, it's local.
So in our 35th district in the Senate, we're going to have a myriad of people coming out.
Yes.
February 3rd is the primary.
Yes.
Will you interview all of them?
We will send out information.
You'll invite.
We will invite everyone. And whoever responds will be who we'll talk to.
Will you make an endorsement for a primary, or do you wait at generals before you do that?
We will not do primaries. We will wait for the the primaries to happen, and then we'll do the general election.
I expect they're going to come out of the woodwork.
It's a lot that could.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
There's a lot that could come out of it, but we're hoping that we get the best person for the job.
I know one who is not, though. State Representative Schuette said he is not going to put his hat in the ring.
I did hear from State Rep Schuette. He wanted to. It looks like from his post that he wanted to focus more on the local issues that we have, and I 100% respect him for it, and I thank him for even considering that. But
and from a business, he's a friend of business, so on the business standpoint, you can't lose.
We didn't want to lose him, so I can tell you that I can probably speak for Midland as well on that.
No, I'm sure.
Did not want to lose him as far as being a local guy, but we're happy. We're happy for that, whatever decision he made.
All right, we're talking to Eugene Seals. He's the president of Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce, Moorhead, here on the Art Lewis Show.
I want to tell you about.
It's one of my favorite events when you recognize people in the community who have had leadership roles, and I would have to say most of these, if not all of these people, have done what they've done in the community without ever expecting anyone to hand them an award for it.
That's correct. Absolutely.
It's one of the things that makes this area great. There's a lot of investment, not only financially but in human time, to make things happen in Saginaw and elsewhere.
Absolutely.
So luncheon comes up this Friday.
This
and
Friday.
You got some great recipients. Tell us about it.
We do. It'll be this Friday. We have doors will open at 11 o'clock. The program will begin right at 11:30. And we'll be honoring Joanne Crary with the Veronica L. Horn Lifetime Community Service Award. We'll be honoring Paul Furlow from Morley Companies with the Dr. Samuel H. Shaheen Vision of Free Enterprise Award. We'll also be honoring Dr. Wahid Akbar with the Spirit of Saginaw Award. We'll also be honoring Dan Streeter with the Community Impact Award. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, we'll be honoring Cobblestone Homes with the Outstanding Small Business Award. And I want to just give a huge shout out to our sponsors. There's too many to name here. And so I'm going to just say thank you to the sponsors and thank you to those who have just been in service for so long. And like you said, none of this group is doing it for, and none of our recipients before did it for the acknowledgement. But it's always good when you can give people the flowers while they're still here.
Because of the nature of this, these people have had so much impact in the community. Is the awards luncheon open to the public?
Public can buy tickets.
They
yes.
can buy tickets.
Yes.
Okay.
This is one of the few events where the chamber will allow non-chamber members to attend. This is one of them. The public can buy tickets. I would be telling you a fib if I told you I knew exactly what the price was. So, but they can buy tickets. It looks like $65.
That sounds right. I'm just looking to see if there's a place to. Yep, it is $65.
Okay, so yes, the price is $65.
However, that expired yesterday.
And I'm sure we could.
Well, I'm sure you could squeeze them in.
I'm sure we could squeeze someone in if they wanted to come.
Because we should point out, it's one of the largest luncheons that you hold, if not the biggest.
It is. We've hit record numbers of over 500 people in the building, but it's definitely one of the largest luncheons in outside of Grand Rapids and Detroit. We host one of the largest luncheons in the state. So
let's explain the protocols of how somebody gets nominated and then accepted for an award.
Absolutely.
It's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight.
It does not. We actually have to do this starting between January and April. We put out for nominations for the award.
Anybody can nominate anybody they think is deserving.
Correct. Anyone can nominate. We usually send out emails and we do social media posts, and we also put it on our website soliciting nominations for the awards. We put the criteria for each award online starting in, it's February, not January. We do from February until April. In May at our board meeting, we take those nominations and we vet them. So we go through and we look at them. We email them out to all of the board members. They go over them. They come in with notes. We spend an hour and a half talking about it, and then we narrow it down to the 5. It takes sometimes 2 board meetings to get that agreed upon.
And sometimes there are a lot of nominees.
We've had many, and it's strangely we've had both ends. We've had some where we didn't get any nominations and the board has to nominate, but we've also had the opposite where we've had so many, and especially for specific awards. Outstanding Small Business usually gets a lot of nominations.
Yeah, I would expect so.
And the Lifetime Community Service usually gets a lot of nominations.
Well, I've been privileged to receive both the Spirit of Saginaw and the Lifetime Awards, and
well deserved.
Always wondered how that happened.
Yeah, well
deserved. I don't look
deserved.
at it that way. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, folks that are involved in the community. My dad taught me when I grew up, and now you got to remember, I'm living in the Bronx, New York. He said, "Son, wherever you live, don't just live in a community, be a part of the community."
That's
And I took that to heart. So what I've ever done in this community, for this community, it's just who I am, You don't do it because you expect an award.
Right.
And I would guess everybody on that list is that way.
It shows the heart not only of yourself, but it's the reason why you won 2 of the awards. Is it shows the heart. And these people exemplify that exactly.
One of them, I don't want to tell stories out of school, but Dr. Wahid Akbar is a good friend. We do dinner regularly as three of us get together. Here's a guy, for people that don't know, not only what he's done here in the community, he goes to Pakistan about 4 times a year for 2 weeks at a time.
Yes, he does.
And does pro bono surgery on people. He has partners over there that set it all up. He's an orthopod. He goes over there, and from the time he gets there to the time he leaves, over 2 weeks, does who knows how many free surgeries for these people.
Every year.
Every year, 4
Yes.
times a year. It's amazing. And, you know, we don't realize how blessed we are in this area to have people like Wahid and others who not only perform on a local basis for us, but do other things all over the world that we never hear about.
And he gives back to the community as well, even here locally. And so you think about the recipients here, and you talk about giving back. All I see is people who give back. When you look at the list, you see people who give back, who have given 30 plus years of their life to this community. And we appreciate it, and we want to appreciate them as much as we can.
I look at the Veronica Horn Lifetime Achievement Award going to Joanne Query this year, her sister.
Yes.
And her other sister, Annette Rummel.
Yes.
We've lost all 3 of them. We lost Veronica because of her illness, but we've lost all 3 in leadership roles now because they've all retired.
Correct.
And those are big shoes to fill.
That's a rough year for Saginaw County.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
three staple programs for the community that all lost due to retirement. The leaders of those programs.
And for those of you who don't know, Joanne was the leader of Saginaw Futures for quite a long time. And, of course, Annette was the head of the CVB, and probably, in my estimation, the best travel promoting executive in the state of Michigan. Knew more about it, knew how to do it, and did it.
Everyone came to her for advice throughout the state. They still ask me if I have a way to get in contact with her. When I go to different meetings, it's like, can you help me get in contact with Joanne?
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, I hope they stay active. I think they will.
I think they will.
We'll take a break, come back. Eugene Seals, our guest, as we talk about Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce.
At Little Pastry Shop in Bay
Community to get some updates on what the chamber is doing as a whole, and then an opportunity for the chamber members to pass out cards, to network, and to get to know not only what their business could do for other people, but what other people's businesses could do for them. And so it's just each month we feature an expert speaker, complimentary breakfast, business card exchange. We give out door prizes, and it's just an opportunity for people to create new connections with about 300 to 400 people every month.
It's interesting because when I was in the chamber, when I had my tour business for 14 years I was in, that's the main reason I joined the chamber, to be able to network.
Mm-hmm.
And get the word out on what I did, find out what you did, how it might help me, how I can help you.
Absolutely.
And I found that to be the best part. It's not the only thing the chamber does. There's a lot of educational opportunities and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that networking, that word network, really is the core, isn't it?
It is the core. That is why businesses are able to grow in our chamber community, is because of the opportunities that they get to network with other businesses that they normally would not have access to.
So what else? For those that don't know, maybe they've never been in business, never been in a chamber. When somebody says to you, what is the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce all about? What do you tell them?
To start off, we say we are here to communicate, to connect, and to influence. So we communicate to our chamber members about the new business practices, business law. We influence.
Never ending.
Yeah, never. It never stops. We connect them to each other. We give them opportunities for networking for growing their business within a community. And then we influence laws. We influence just changes in businesses as a whole, local and state, and in some cases federal. So our goal is to communicate, to connect, and to influence on behalf of the businesses, not only in our county, but even beyond.
And that, if I traveled across the country and asked chamber executives that same question, I'd probably get the same answer.
It's going to be
Close
very
enough.
similar, very similar. Some of them use different words, but it all means the same.
And there's also a national chamber. Do you participate in that or not?
Correct. We are the Saginaw County Chamber is not only part of the Michigan Chamber, but we are also part of the U.S. Chamber. And so that's actually where I've received my training for this position.
That's an interesting point. You were hired as president. Then they said, now go learn about the job.
Yes.
Even though you'd been at the chamber. But what were you doing before that?
So I've been the director of Parks and Recreation in Buena Vista. With the chamber, I was the sales director.
You were in sales. That's what I thought.
I did all membership and sponsorship sales. So I had an idea of how the chamber had run before. I had already had some experience in running a board with my previous position. And so they knew that I had the tools to be able to do the position, but I was only 4 years in. And so they wanted me to take some training. So I'm on my fourth year now, which my graduation year is 2026 from the
You're
US
still taking
Chamber.
training.
I have one more session to take, and then I graduate in June of 2026.
Do you go to D.C. to do it? Or are you
We're
doing
actually
it on
going
computers?
Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yes.
So what do they teach you?
They teach us the functions of a chamber. They teach us how to run a chamber and a chamber team specifically. They teach us all of the changing things that happen in the chamber world. That's where I learned about PACs and different things that are changing in the chamber world. They help us with our focus. We have some experienced people. They set you up with a mentor, a chamber mentor, president and CEO in another state. And they do kind of what we do to the members of our chamber is they connect us to other chambers around the country. So now I have a whole network of chamber presidents that I can call.
How did you tackle this? How
Yes.
do you do this? Why
Yes.
do you do this?
It helps a lot. I can tell you that, especially with losing Veronica, it's been a great help to have other chamber presidents to call on.
And, there's a point to be made when we lost Veronica. You lose a lot of institutional knowledge.
Absolutely.
Here was a young woman who had been through the political worlds.
Mm-hmm.
She served a congressman for a long time. Her husband was a politician for a long time. She understood the political realm and also understood the community realm. And that's a lot of knowledge to lose, isn't it?
It is. And I don't want to say it set us back, but I'm going to say that I would be in a further position if I had some of that knowledge that Veronica had. They always say if you could go back, if I knew then what I know now,
Yeah.
If I knew what Veronica knew then, that would be very helpful. But, her sisters have been great. Her sisters have
absolutely.
been great.
We've been blessed to have the three of them.
I love her sisters.
Yeah.
But also having those other chamber presidents, it really helps. It helped kind of catapult the things that I'm trying to do.
Take our last break, come back, finish up as we talk to Gene Seals. Eugene is the president and CEO of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce. Good morning. How did you sleep last night? Today's workers are asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed, and in theory you spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. And you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured that your mattress is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but you can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature a 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. And if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you. something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them online at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress, serving the Great Lakes Bay region since 1935. We will be back with more after these notes.
You hear that? That's a
All right, we're back with a final segment on the Art Lewis Show with Eugene Seals, President and CEO of the Saginaw County Chamber of Commerce. Eugene, tell us about YPN and what that's all about.
So the YPN is our Young Professionals Network. And basically what we do is it's I call it a small chamber. They kind of have their own events. They do their but it's our Young Professionals Network. It's a program of the chamber, and the mission is to support the attraction and the retention of young talent to the area while we develop the next generation of leaders. For instance, we have a program coming up next month called Dig Deeper, which I will be facilitating for the YPN, and it's just a leadership, like a professional development day. And so we'll be doing that. And
that, that's a problem the state of Michigan has suffered.
Yes.
We train them and they leave.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, we sit here. We're blessed. We have Saginaw Valley State University, Northwood University, great schools, Delta College. Train all these people. And then you say to yourself, how do I keep them here?
Right.
And I think we're going to turn that corner if we haven't already.
We're making some strides. I know the Great Lakes Bay Regional Alliance has been very helpful, but all of the other local chambers also have a version of the YPN. And so we tend to do things in a regional effort. We talk about the different ways we work with Midland and Bay City. I can tell you that as far as the YPN goes, we do at least 1 to 2 events, kind of like business after hours, with the region. So we'll do it together because we're trying to draw people here.
It's critical. It's critical to everything around here because business depends on people, and you have to have people buying in order for the businesses to stay in existence. And there's a lot of business to business too, isn't there?
There's a ton of business to business. People, I didn't see it as much when I wasn't working in this role, and I see it all the time now. And you just don't notice how important the business to business is. We think about retails, we think about the stores and what we have or don't have, but we don't understand the business to business is driving a lot of things behind the scenes.
All right, so we're going to put the Eugene Seals sales hat back on.
All right.
You go to visit a young business entrepreneur who's got a business. What do you tell them the reasons they should join the chamber?
I start off with visibility. Being a chamber member, there's a lot of different visibility aspects that happen. So if you are searched online, if you didn't have a website, you automatically have a page with the chamber. So people have somewhere an official page that they can go that talks about your business. So this is even for people who don't have websites. They have credibility. Being part of a chamber also adds to the credibility of your business. If you're a newer business trying to get started, being a chamber member does help with the credibility of your business. You get to share news, discounts, you get to share events, and the overall networking is the biggest thing, just like the reason why you started. But being able to network with 900 plus other businesses, and that in itself would be enough. Just the networking opportunities, but we have the visibility, the opportunities to save money or to put coupons. People who have retail stores, you can put a coupon directly onto our website for anyone to see. And you think about when people come in from out of town, what's the first thing they do? They check the chambers. They want to see what businesses, what restaurants do you have? your